Hi everybody, it's Bama Blind, Beverly, and right now you're looking at our Tesla, Gus. I just uploaded a video about Gus and how Gus, our Tesla Y model, got his name. And Jerry and I are fixing to take a little trip to the store, and I thought you would come along with us. I've got Gretchen down here on her harness. She's way out of practice, and Gus is Jerry's guide, and Gretchen is my guide. So Gretchen gets to ride in the front for the first time in that's the glass window. And for blind people, usually we open the door. It's so much easier to open the door yourself. But because I've got Gretchen and I'm holding the iPhone, this is the interior of the car. And I'll just get in first. Try to swap hands. Get Gretchen in. Oh, it's already cool in here.
That's because I turned the climate control on before we left the house.
And here it is. I'm going to get, after you get buckled in, I'm going to get you to hold this, Jerry, if you can, without turning it off. And I'll get Gretchen in. You might want to show her hopping up. Come on, Gretchen, hop up. Hop up. This is the first time she has actually sat in our own vehicle in her proper space. Because there's plenty of space up here. Now, she has to go down. Look at that pretty face. Are you getting a picture of her face?
I sure am.
What do you see?
I see a nice long snout and some nice teeth.
Yes, and some pretty ears. Let's see, her ears are up. Her ears are down.
Ears are down.
Yes. Okay. Now, Gretchen, let's go down. Down and rest. That's a good girl. No, down and rest. Down and rest. This is exactly how she curls up on an airplane. Right, Jerry?
That's correct.
She's been on how many flights with us? 10? I think 10. I'm going to fasten my safety belt. Gretchen, you rest. You rest. And then I will take over. Let me get my sunglasses up. I will take over. Gretchen, let's get down, girl. Down and rest. Down, 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 down. Yes, I know. And rest. Yes. Now, this is so fun because this dashboard here, can I touch it?
Yeah.
The dashboard here looks like
a
big screen. It looks like a computer, like a laptop, doesn't it?
Yes.
Just a thin screen sitting, and I don't know does it say anything on the screen?
It has a map.
Of where we're going, or just a plain old map?
Just a plain old map, because I haven't programmed where we're going.
Okay.
So.
And Jerry just backed the car out of the garage, and I didn't have the camera on, but it was totally silent. Gretchen could see the car backing out, but I'm going to demonstrate that in one of my videos, that it's one of the things that blind people don't really like about electric cars.
That's right.
Okay, well, what are we
All
waiting
right.
on?
We're ready to back up.
What are we waiting on?
The backup camera is on.
Oh, great. No motor. Can't hear a thing. If you hear a humming, that's the air conditioner. I'll let Jerry back out, and then I'm going to ask him a question about the air conditioner.
There are 2 side cameras showing the blind spots
On either side?
On either side of the vehicle.
And where do you have to look at the blind spots, on the screen or on your mirrors outside?
You look on the lower part of the screen.
And it shows your blind spots?
And it shows the blind spots.
Oh, that's so cool. Okay, let me point around where we're going. It's very, very quiet. Let me point down to Gretchen. I think she likes this because she is exactly where she's supposed to be, right at my feet. And like I said in my other video, the expedition that we had, there was none of this space in the footwell. That all came down to the floor with a heating element or something like that. Not real sure what. Now,
there's no need to hit the brake.
Okay, tell me about that.
Sure. So there's regenerative braking. So when your foot comes off the accelerator, it automatically slows the car down to a stop based on how quickly you come
And it
off.
doesn't just slow it down. Like, I'm a bicycle rider, so when you come off the pedals, you coast to a stop. This actually brakes, correct?
It's a
very slow brake.
It's a very slow brake, and you have 3 settings to determine the degree of how fast it brakes. And as it brakes, it's really not using the brake, it's using the resistance of the motors, which is actually recharging the lithium-ion batteries of the car.
So let me hypothetically say this. If you were coming down a nice gradual mountain for 10 minutes, the whole time you're coming down that and you're not accelerating with the accelerator, you're regenerating your battery.
That is correct.
That is awesome.
So there are times where I will drive all the way to Montgomery, which is about 20 some miles, and I will not have hit the brake once. So that saves wear and tear on the disc brakes and the calipers.
Now, right now, you're driving this with a steering wheel, right? There's
Yes.
no autopilot on.
No autopilot whatsoever.
What's it called when you shift to self-driving or assist?
Sure. So
What's it
there
called?
Are 3 levels. There's cruise control, which is like you have on your regular
Just any
car,
cruise control?
right? Then there's auto steer,
Mm-hmm.
and that's where it takes over the steering. And then there's also auto lane control, where it will actually make all the lane changes based on what you have told it where you intend to go. Now, in this case, we're not using the autopilot because first, we're not on a major highway.
Right.
And then the second reason is autopilot only works if you've already told it what your destination is. Because
Oh, okay. So it knows where to go.
Otherwise, it wouldn't know where to go. So right now, it doesn't know that we're going to Walmart.
Okay, so it's like Gretchen and I walking down the sidewalk, and all she knows is I want her to go forward because that's the command I've given her, but she has no idea I'm going around the corner to the ice cream shop.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Now, I put it into that sense because some of my viewers are certainly former drivers, and they've
Yes.
driven vehicles for years and years, and they're very interested in what the technology is with the Tesla, or the other models. There are other models like Cadillac has one. I can't think right offhand which. There are other 2. I think Tesla ranks like second in the top 5 for kind of like a level 5 assisted driving.
Right. And it would also tell you, if we had it programmed to go to Walmart, it would tell you to get in the left lane, or if you had it on autopilot on a major highway, it would automatically move you to the
Now,
left
that
lane
is fascinating.
when the cameras show that the lane is clear. It also has collision avoidance, so that if someone starts to come into your lane while you're there, the camera will look to see if the lane adjacent is open, and it will actually move this car away from the impending collision of another vehicle.
That is wild. That is wild. Now, I remember before we got this car, and I remember our daughter's husband who helped us select the car. I talked about him in the other video. He explained that one day on his way to work in a really large city, he was almost in an accident, and his Tesla kept him from getting hit in any direction. And then once he got to work, he reviewed a camera system.
That's correct. There's a dash cam that is recording from all of the 8 different cameras, And what it does is it records for a loop of about 10 or 15 minutes. And
Okay.
if you wish to save a particular loop, let's say somebody bumped into you or you wanted to save it,
Yes.
all you do is honk your horn and it will save that 10 or 15 minute video loop so that you could show the police or...
So he probably did that on his way, because I know it was early in his trip and he probably had more than 15 minutes to go to get to work. So he probably honked his horn, saved that incident
so that he could
'cause
review it later.
he wanted to see if his car was correct or if the other drivers. He wanted to see where the error was, because his car definitely made a correction for him.
And what it turned out to be was someone in the opposing lane of a multi-lane highway was doing a U-turn and came too close to his lane while he was going in the opposite direction, and his car swerved to avoid the impending
That is
crash.
awesome. Now, I could really see, no pun intended, I don't have enough vision to even, see the car in front of us, or even to see the car as it's, passing us going in the opposite direction. I used to, when I had even 2400 vision. There was plenty of vision there to see the traffic and to see the lanes on the highway.
Sure.
But I could see where someone... What are we
I'm
looking
just
at?
pointing at the screen
Uh-huh.
so that people who have vision can see that I have my rear camera on and my two blind spot cameras are on, and so it's showing that.
Yeah,
But-
just interrupt. Go
But
ahead.
we were stopped at the light, by
Yes.
the way, and even if I had tried to step on the accelerator,
Mm-hmm.
the front cameras will not let me get closer than 2 car lengths from hitting the car in front of me, because
Even if you're pressing on the accelerator.
correct, because I have already told and pre-programmed this car to maintain 2 car lengths from, you can put it all the way to 0 car lengths,
Mhm.
or you can have a setting of as many as 8 car lengths.
Can you do inches, like 36 inches?
No, it goes by car,
Car lengths on the street. So in a parking mode, it probably could go inches, right?
Correct. In a parking mode, it has auto park, so it'll actually parallel park the car for you once you indicate on the screen that you wish to parallel park.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a whole sequence that you do to accomplish that.
Yeah. But what I was saying is that, and interrupt me anytime if you need to point at something on the screen,
Right.
or something that's in our environment that the sighted people can see. But there are a lot of people with 2200 vision, 2400 vision that I could see eventually, when the laws and the regulations catch up, I can see easily manipulating this car if they've driven before, because all they lack is that little sense of distance judgment. They can see objects. When I had 2200 vision, I could see trucks coming and cars coming, and I actually drove a vehicle on a federal highway and could stay between the lines, but I might misjudge a depth perception kind of thing, 2 car lengths ahead, and this car would take care of that.
And so you really don't have to worry about bumping into the car in front of you, because the collision avoidance cameras
So
will
cool.
prevent that from happening. It also recognizes traffic lights, green and red lights, and stop signs. So
So if it saw a red light, would it stop?
it'll stop the car,
Oh my gosh.
and you would have to force it by stepping on the accelerator again
to
go through the red light.
Now that is really, really good. Do you know how many people that are driving that are colorblind? That is so common, and red-green colorblindness is it's really common. more than so many people know. So that would really be a driving assist for people who are just colorblind, that have normal 20/20 vision, but are colorblind. I have a cousin that travels, and when he goes to cities where the traffic lights are on the side instead of hanging overhead, and he's not really sure which one is red and which one is green. Okay, so let's see. What is the screen telling us now?
Well, I'm in reverse.
Okay.
And I thought that was a legal spot that car just backed out of, but unfortunately it was a striped non-legal spot. So we'll
listen how quiet it is.
We'll keep searching.
And it's very, very cool. It's really hot and humid outside because it's August, but it's really cool in the car. And let's say Jerry and I went grocery shopping, and then we decided we needed to go to a department store or somewhere else, maybe a hardware store, and we wanted our stuff to stay cool. Well, you can leave this car in the cool mode while it's in your parking lot. So we can set a temperature to 65 degrees in here if we wanted to, and just go inside a store and be there for a while, because this runs on a battery. And if you're outside of this car, you don't know that the car is running and staying cool. It also has a dog a dog mode. So for those people that feel that they need to bring their dog everywhere they go, but the dog is not like Gretchen. Look at this girl. Their dog is not like Gretchen like this. Their dog can't go into a regular store. They could leave their dog in the car with the windows up and the coolant on. Now we're just sitting here, and it sounds like the car is just turned off. There's just no sound. If you do hear a sound on the video, it's still the air conditioner wind coming out of the vents of the air conditioner.
So we're just driving around looking for any possible parking.
Okay, let's see how. And you're completely driving with no assist at this point.
That is correct.
Okay. And don't worry, we're going to do more videos very much like this one, where Jerry's explaining what he's doing for those of you that are drivers that just want to know how this Tesla Y works, and for those of us like me that haven't driven, that are looking for something potentially in the future. There's a lot of 12, 13, 14-year-olds out there right now that have visual impairments, and they need to be thinking in the future. They need to be thinking that we're going to have autonomous vehicles within the next few years. And in those cases, the vehicle will most likely be licensed, not the driver. So you would just get in like I am as the passenger, and there will actually be no steering wheel and no pedals. That's what we're striving for right now. So as we're sitting here waiting, we would love to put a picture. Here's Gretchen right here, and we would love to put a picture of Gus, her twin brother, up in the corner of this this screen, because our Tesla is named Gus. And when we are able to use our phone apps to operate some of the functions, and I will demonstrate that on the video, we refer to our car here as Gus. So I think I'll just end the video. Jerry, is there anything else that was just a good little drive? And if you have any questions or comments, I'll get Jerry to answer any of them. As if you have comments that are way beyond me, and you very well might, just leave your questions or comments in the comment section below, and feel free to subscribe. Hit your bell notification so that you get notified when I upload. I'm going to upload a series of videos just explaining in layman's detail, not mechanical detail, but layman's user detail, on the Tesla Y model, our Gus, Gretchen's twin brother. So I'll leave you at that, and everyone have a great, great day. Stay safe and healthy and happy. Bye-bye.